Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Our game here, the first of 3 on this Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody. And remember, you got 2 more after this. We're followed here by the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then tonight, a good one out in the desert, the Bucks and Cards from Glendale. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Got him in. It's Tyquan Thornton. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. First and 10.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Throwing on second and long. Mahomes, short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Fields. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The Dolphins in trouble to start play. 6 and 8 on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
So much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there of 22.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Fields going to hold on to it, and he is going to lose yardage here. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Now to try the field goal, and here's Daniel Carlson from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, and it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at the 33. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Up the middle, here's Walker. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Out left and complete to Thornton.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it? Did a great job of
touchdown, Packers. Chigakonkwo, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And Walker with it over the middle.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes.
Throw right side complete to Dotson. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here's Walker.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
try and run. Walker.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this will remain an 11-point spread. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And they will not get a chance to return this. Through the end zone for a touchback. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Here's Fields. And he rifles one incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Here's Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Nick Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. The 40, past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
11 yards for number 11. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It was Eric Armstead coming up quickly and dropping him for a loss. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now here's Mahomes.
This pass complete to Melton.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36. That one goes for 24 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Kenneth Walker, 36 yards. And the Packers have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Prater for the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 75 yards. And the Dolphins have regained the lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mahomes.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mahomes now to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that
Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Zach Cunningham with a pick. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And the Packers pick it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll run the toss to Walker.
And he's got it to about the 40.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On 1st down, Fields. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. Touchdown, Dolphins! Jalen Waddle, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Got his man. It's Thornton.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Now Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
137 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Now Fields.
That'll be caught. It's the tight end Howard. Touchdown. O.J. Howard. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
Completes this one to Thornton.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his man, Thornton.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete to Dotson. Down inside the 10.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Jahan Dotson,
39 yards.
and the Packers get a bit closer. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2.
Mahomes will throw for it.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it. It's still down 10.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Ed Oliver through the line and hitting him for the loss.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He's made plenty of plays throughout this game, pressing the ball downfield to the tune of 4 touchdown passes. We're shooting for a 5th there. That one came up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Fields now to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Fields hit and the ball is loose.
And the Packers pick it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
No, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. It wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
First down, here's Mitchell. There for the stop defensively, Nick Benito. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. Second and 11. On second down, here's Mitchell. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On third down, here's Mitchell. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory. So for Miami, their hopes of a winning campaign stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.